Hello, friends. Friends, how does a change occur with the help of spiritual awareness? I wanted to discuss this with you in detail today. And what process, how do you feel in the process? And how do you achieve the state of Satyam Shimam Sundaram, or you would say truth, knowledge, and bliss? With the regular, sincere endeavors and with regular practices of uh, yes, spirituality, in which we will include yoga, pranayam, meditation, mantras, music, dance, and exercises, walk, diet, movement, everything we include in it, which we do, which we were not doing earlier. But after making it a discipline in your life and after making it your habitual routine, how what happens to you? You know, I always wish to describe the process so that others can also understand from it that, how the benefit starts accruing to the person who is, I would say, beneficiary of this. You start becoming very, very, sensitive towards your sensation, images, thoughts, and feelings. You also become selective in your approaches towards your choices. You start avoiding whatever is redundant and superfluous. You become more sharp in just casting it out, that okay, no, it's not my cup of tea, let me keep it aside, right? Then you start distinguishing between what is false and what is real. Like your intuition develops more, you become more clairvoyant. You get more insights, you get more leads, you get more clues, right? And then you start filtering your intentions and emotions. You start filtering your intentions and emotions in a much better way, on which I have to work and which I don't have to work, right? And you start analyzing your thoughts also properly, that okay, so many of them are coming, which one is I am supposed to work on, and what is my objective. Your objectives also become very clear to you, and you also come to that level where you start accepting a lot. You start accepting, okay, this is like this. Doesn't matter. I will not try to change it much. It's like this, so let me just accept it. Instead of reacting, you start responding, right? And then you are you become more silent. You become more silent because it comes from inside, that you don't feel like talking too much about everything. You just, whatever, somewhere you will just have bird's eye view. Okay, let me just see what is happening around, how the world is going. Okay, let me just see. But you don't go into the details of it, and you don't start giving your opinions on it. It's just for the sake of information, and then let them go. You become more adept at it, because you know that your time is also very precious, and you should not be spending it like this, because within this lifetime, which is by the grace of God, in this image we have to spread the message and the glory of the soul. So we focus more in those areas and less in that where we are not really, you know, putting our attention, and we are not supposed to put our attention more on it, because everybody has got his own areas where he's working. And at this stage in life, the areas where we are working, we start focusing more on that. And then when you go somewhere, you don't go with the feeling of inadequacy. Now, supposing I want to listen to something, earlier I was listening, like you remember your childhood when we were listening to the teacher because we didn't know anything, and we will listen and we will have something new, and then we will feel good with it. But now you don't, there are, I mean, there are plenty of things to learn every day, right? And but the point here is that you don't go anywhere with the feeling of inadequacy. You don't go there to and feel, oh, because I'm so inadequate I must do this. No, no. You just want, because you have ears, you want to listen, you want to listen to some other sound besides your sound, and also the words which are the words of wisdom. So you listen to the subjects of your choice. Listening means not just hearing, I mean listening. So you go there, you listen, and then you want to reflect upon that also. How do you feel about it? Because you have listened it. Now you know that if you listen, if you don't wish to metabolize, you can keep it aside. But if you want to metabolize and you want to reflect upon it, then you do it calculatively, you do it deliberately, right? So this is, I would say that you become more liberated. You're liberated in your mind, in your thoughts, because you're not necessarily hoard them in your mind, and you don't accumulate them. You know that you know the art of emptying out also, and you know the art of grounding also. Barefoot walk and grounding. You do it on the regular basis so that you can fill up your cup next day again. So this is how I would say that you, with the regular practices, that dream of you know resurrecting the body and reinventing the soul is not at all difficult, because we have done it and we keep on doing it every day also. Because this is, if this kind of a lifestyle gives you so much of interest, because now that you work on the self, which means I always say that we should in our education include self awareness always as a subject. Because if one knows right from the beginning, we teach them and they reach up to their full potential of knowing that how the soul lives in the body and feels fulfilled, because now it knows that it not only lives inside, it lives outside also. Like we are living in the phone also here, right? We are talking and the sound is going. So that is also one kind of living here in the gap is also one kind of living here in the body is also one kind of living. And one that does not change is I am is that which does not change. And but we go on listening every day, because हर रोज़ फैकल्टीज यूज़ होती हैं. Every day we use our faculties for many other things also, right? So but with the intention that how you're using them and what for are you using them. Are you using them for uplifting the awareness every day, which is the main thing that we should put our attention on, increasing the level of self-awareness in the world? Because if one individual can do, everybody can do, and therefore we talk about it every day. And that is how a person comes into the state of truth, knowledge and bliss. Satyam Shivam Sundaram. And Annamaya Kosha to Anandamaya Kosha. Anandamaya Kosha is that your that state where your third eye and your dopamine and everything is there, well within your own hands. You can do that, right? So you, after layer, you open up and you reach up to that stage and you feel so good about it. I may not be able to say anything in the evening, I'm a little busy, but I would say thank you so much to all those who have participated with us in this journey. But I want to thank everyone also, and I also wanted to talk about how do the process takes place with the help of this kind of a lifestyle, and how does a person achieve at that level where you say that okay, I've seen myself and I know I am is the only reality which cannot be changed, but everything else that we have talked in the process, that goes on changing. But then one becomes neutral and you come to the shunya state, and then next day you again start. Okay, thank you so much. God bless you.